No, bro, no. This dude is on my ass. Let's go.
Alright fellas, so a couple days ago I was looking at a clip by some guy named Gary V. I don't know if you know him, he's kind of well known around these parts.
Goes, hey man, I think you're overthinking this. Why don't you think of it as documenting instead of creating? Document versus create.
And the point is that he said, fuck creating and start documenting. And that's actually a really interesting way of living your life. And honestly, I'm kind of down for it. So come with me today if you want to on this wall journey. I'm actually doing 75 hard right now. And I'm going to be doing it obviously for the next couple days at least. And yeah, let's get fucking documenting, all right? But first, some coffee. Cheers. You know, when I was younger, I would always watch these content creators like Casey Neistat, people that really love their craft, at least in the moment. And I was always so inspired by what they were doing, how they got different angles, and I had no idea at the time that I was ever going to start making content on YouTube, at least not in the way I'm trying to do it right now. And realistically speaking, I genuinely feel that innovation does not come naturally. We have to force ourselves. So necessity breeds innovation, at least in me. And creativity and innovation come hand in hand. And that's kind of what I've been wanting to work on realistically this past couple of days, this past couple of weeks, So I'm gonna be focusing on trying to make better content more frequently. Hopefully you guys can stick around for the ride and, just cheers. Right now we're gonna do one of our things on 75 hard, which is writing our goals down. So after that, I think I'm gonna journal really quickly. And I actually just finished a book from this guy called Brendan Kane. Clearly I didn't read it correctly because I don't remember the guy's name, but it's called 1 Million Followers, and it's a lot of marketing jargon, but there are some really good questions in there that make you have to ponder and think. So what I think I'm gonna do is every time I finish a book, I'm actually gonna write down a couple questions for myself, whatever they ask me in the book. And just try to elaborate on it, because even though I'm doing something like 75 hard right now, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna remember everything I read, right? It's not how it worked prior, so why would it work right now? You know what I mean? So we definitely have to work on that, and if not, I'm just gonna keep reading and reading and reading, and then all of a sudden I'm kind of cooked, right? So, a couple ground rules for what I think my vlogs are gonna be like. They're most likely gonna have me talking about some random shit, whatever I wanna talk about in that moment. They're most likely gonna include some coffee, and they're most likely gonna include some food. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you right now, okay guys? So keep that in mind, and hey, I'm really excited to do this journey with y'all because I guess it can create a little bit more of communication between me and the people that I'm trying to get my point across to, And 100%, you gotta work out, guys. So focus on creativity, work your ass off, and just read a bit, drink some coffee, have a good life, all right? Also, by the way, real quick guys, peep this pen. Hopefully the camera can autofocus. Tell me it isn't a fire ass pen, right? This pen is actually a Mont Blanc. It's a Jules Verne Around the World in 180 Days edition. And I got when I used to work in sales, I remember I used to tell a story about how this pen is actually made, about the little designs, all the trinkets it has. There's a bunch of shit. So, one day if you guys are interested, let me know. It'll take a couple minutes, but it was kind of captivating. I'm not gonna lie. And you fuck with like high-end things, watches, all this type of shit. I mean, it makes your life easier, or not easier. It makes your life, I guess, more enjoyable. If you like the finer things in life. Anyway, we just got finished up with what I was saying, the little reading. One of the things that I've noticed in my life is that I always perform better when I'm doing more things. You know what I mean? If you let yourself just like lay down and become like this shell of your former self, which happens to a lot of people in their mid-20s, all of a sudden your energy levels start to go down, your test levels might go down. There's a bunch of shit that can go wrong with you, right? You'll go up in weight, body fat, you'll get lazy, more hormonal. It's kind of wild. So I like to try to keep myself busy as I possibly can, at least. And my point here is that by doing something like 75 hard, we kind of force ourselves to really kick it in, right? And I'm on day 22 right now, I believe. Let me make sure. Yeah, day 22. So I'm on day 22 right now and feeling pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? There's some aches, there's some pains, but first third of the challenge, feeling pretty decent. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is force yourself to do hard shit. You don't gotta go David Goggins mode, but try to do a little bit more than you did yesterday. And hopefully that can help you with the creativity, with your production. You know, at the end of the day, you're the only person that can control what you do. As long as you're an adult, I guess. And if you're not an adult, hop off this video. You definitely shouldn't be watching me curse in front of you, alright? So fuck out of here. So right now we're probably gonna edit it a little bit and maybe get some breakfast. I'm kind of starving. I haven't even gotten my protein bar, so maybe get a little protein bar, edit a little bit, and then my girlfriend's gonna come home. We're most likely gonna cook, and then, you know, get to pushing, get to working out. Gotta look good, you know, for the, let's go. Anyways, day continues. Alright, so we're gonna play a little bit of games. I think I'm gonna do like just like 30-40 minutes, right? I'll have a timer set up because now, you know, productivity goes out the window. I'm gonna keep it real, right? 100%. I can just lose myself playing, so I gotta keep it, you know, timed. I think I'm gonna hit some UFC right now, get some rank matches in, right? Because racing might take a little bit too long. I have a gaming channel. I'm gonna plug it up somewhere here, but yeah, I mean, I post a lot of FGC content. If you know, you know, right? But hey, we're gonna keep it pushing. So a little bit of a relaxed moment, chill down, because once my GF gets here, we're gonna start cooking, moving, working out. You already know. So a little bit calm before the storm. I gotta work and make some more content for sure. Gotta do a couple reels and shit like that. So keep me posted. By the way, if anyone's wondering what I'm actually playing, like music-wise, I fuck with Quan right now. Hard-ass bars, right? Can't play that because of copyright, you already know, but hey, put something else to match the copyright, right? Let's go.
Grieve 'em. When I'm at my lowest, it's when I need them. But I don't trip too much. I know they looking down, so I be looking up. You either swim or drown. I'm down with all the
Fucking go, bro. This dude's on my ass. Let's go. Knock his ass out, bro. Knock his ass out. Yo, patience, fix this. Boom! Sit your ass down. Bam! Just break through his block like that. Absolutely gorgeous, man. Yeah. Low-key, this game has like some of the best fucking like knockouts, dude. You feel so powerful when you get that shit. Alright, back there anyway. That took like a good 15 minutes. Like.
Alright, so real simple. Now we got 20 minutes of Duolingo, okay? Just do 20 minutes of this a day, and if I have more time than I really want to, I'll study a little bit more French. I've been studying French for a little bit, a decent amount of time now, but hey, progress is very slow, man. What can I say? Slowly but surely, we will be parlant en français. I promise. Alright, so just, you know, chill, put on some music. I just relax, and I'm still waiting to have lunch with my girlfriend, and then we can go, you know, work out for a couple hours, see what the day holds. But pretty productive for now. I think I still gotta record some reels and stuff, but hey, I got 5 minutes of Duolingo left, so we're definitely chilling. What's good, guys? It's the next day, obviously. New clothes, new me. You already know what it is. But something that I want to talk about yesterday is that we as humans, I feel, we're so keen on trying to perfect things, right? Especially when it comes to creating stuff like I try to do. I'll sit and be on a video for hours and hours and hours. Editors might be able to relate with this, or just anyone really in their field. And we basically just try to polish our baby as much as we can so that when we finally send it out into public, into the world, people can see it and hopefully love it as much as we do. That's how I feel about basically any of my videos, any of my projects, any of my businesses that I've done. And this applies to anything in your life. However, one of the things that we have to realize, and many professionals have talked about this, you're never gonna make it perfect. You can't make anything perfect. You can only try to get to perfection. We as humans can't really achieve perfection because we're imperfect beings. So whenever we try to create content or we try to get better at something, at least I always harp and try to make everything just, you know, as good as I can. And that's really not the best way to improve. At the end of the day, if we want to improve and if I want to get a bigger audience, if I want to become more efficient, if I want to enjoy the work that I do and love what I do and respect what I do, which is the most important thing. If you don't respect what you do, I mean, what are you really doing with your life? We just have to let go. We have to keep sending more and more content and creating more and more businesses and making more and more music and doing whatever you want to do. But just keep making more and more of it, because at the end of the day, nobody is trying to stop you. You only fail the moment you give up. So guess what? Don't give up on what you want to do. I won't give up on what I want to do. And let's just keep fucking grinding to be better, alright? See you on the other side. Peace.
Now I'm rapping every single day. Great, man. Smoking on the green ganja, hey. Hey, Sean, I hit you with the spin move. Rotation, different types of water on my neck. Hydration, devil in my DM, shoot my shot just like I'm Rain Man. If we feeling broke, then fuck it, we might do the rain dance. I don't work for money, I just sign, pay me